is so good to me. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. My God is so good to me. You're gonna take it up. In my time of trouble, I sing, God is so good. Let me hear you. In my time of trouble, I sing, God is so good. In my time of trouble, I sing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. When the day is over, I sing, God is so good. When the day is over, I sing, God is so good. When the day is over, I sing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Just that last part. My God is so good to me. One more time together, sing it out. My God is so good to me. Thank you. All right, we're going to stay standing, and we are going to sing our second song, I Am Alive with the Spirit of God.
Wake up, everyone.
Take it up, Dave. Now this one's really easy with the lyrics, so you're not going to have to worry about catching on. So no excuse not to be singing out. And we're featuring Karyn on tambourine during this song. Here we go. I am alive with the Spirit of God. 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 I am alive, y'all. Alive with the Spirit of God. All right, let's sing it again. I am alive with the Spirit of God. 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 I am alive, y'all. Alive with the Spirit of God. All right, now let's take this time to introduce yourself to your neighbor. Say good morning to the person sitting or standing next to you. All right, now we're gonna break it down. So I'm gonna hear you full out. Here we go. I am alive with the Spirit of God. Clap like this. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive, y'all. Alive with the Spirit of God. Keep it clapping. Here we go. I am alive with the Spirit of God. 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 I am alive, y'all. Alive with the Spirit of God. Just that last line. I am alive, y'all. Alive with the Spirit of God. One more time. I am alive, y'all. Alive with the Spirit of God. Yeah.
Whoa. I'm feeling like a holy roller this morning. I'll tell you what. And you're welcome here, right? Whoever you are, whatever spiritual path you're on, you are welcome here. Oh, I'm glad I feel like a holy roller this morning. I love those songs. Good morning. My name is Judy Chapman. I am your assistant minister, and it is my delight to welcome each and every one of you here this morning. I met a couple of new guests this morning, so I am going to read something that Reverend Rafe Ellis, wrote a long time ago, and kind of shows who we are. Because if you're new, maybe you think, first time you came in here? What's going on here? They sure sing a lot. So we are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. We strive to live authentic spiritual lives through the practical application of these teachings of the science of mind. We engage in conscious practices that uplift our spirits, deepen our awareness, and ignite our soul's self-expression. We demonstrate active compassion to ourselves, each other, and to the world. We experience meaningful contributions through the giving generously of our time, our talent, and our treasure. We intentionally promote our community and our teachings. So welcome, each and every one of you. What I know is there's only one life. It is God's life, and it is our life right here and right now. We are all expressions of this beautiful, divine energy. So we're going to start our service like we always do with the flames of faith. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all sentient beings, and all faiths come from the one great universal presence that we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience that we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and the practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring that Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and the path of peace. We light the candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And as our practitioner, Tony Sparks, lights that last candle, let it represent the path that brought you to this service this morning. And now please join me in 2 minutes of sacred silence.
Let us pray. Knowing that Spirit is everywhere present, God is life itself, it is power, it is joy, it is harmony, it is peace. God is all there is. We are surrounded by this presence. It lives within us. It guides and directs us. It intuits us. And we are powerful because it lives within us. And each moment, we are surrounded and knowing this truth. And I know that this morning unfolds with joy, with harmony, with peace. Our hearts are open. Our minds are open to receive the message. And I know that we join each other in friendship, in love, in connection, because we are a spiritual family. And we each make a difference in it. We each has our gifts, our talents to share with each other. And I know that we do so. I know that this center makes a difference in the universe. And each of our consciousness spreads out through the universe. And I am so grateful for this truth, so grateful for our coming together this morning with our hearts and minds open to share this experience together. And so with so much love, I release these words of power, of activity into the law, knowing that it's already done. And if you agree, you will say with me, and so it is. We have at CSL a global vision, and it's for a world that works for everyone. And we will be reading a portion of that global vision, which is out in the foyer if you want all of it. The first one is, we see a world that works for all, where people live according to spiritual truth, where unity and connection is emphasized, where people have enough food, homes, and a sense of belonging, and where there is peace, harmony, and justice for all. And today's affirmation we will read together mindfully. Grounded in truth, I step forward into ever great good. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Tony. And now I'm delighted to bring back to the platform someone we had here before, and I'm so happy to see him this morning. Please give a warm welcome to John Nichols.
Used to be easier 10 years ago to get this leg up here. Well, it's good to be back. You all been good? Good. I know I was in the right place because that song you did, I'm alive in the Spirit of God. The lyric says y'all in it. So can't go wrong with that. Coming undone. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country road, come here, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, my mother. Take me home, country road. I hear a voice in the morning hours calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And running down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, my mama. Take me home, country road. Take me home, country road. Take me home, country road. Yeah, give it up for these guys. Good job, good job, good job. Good, I should say, good job, y'all. That's it.
Good job, y'all. Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
That just took me back, not on country roads, but 40 years ago. I used to sing in bars with my guitar.
There you go.
I had that request. I probably sang that song 1,000 times. I'm sure you have too.
You sang in bars too, huh?
I used to.
Just checking.
Long time ago.
We'll have to talk.
Let's give him another hand. Thank you so much. It was just wonderful. Okay, are you ready for this? So excited. Please give a warm welcome to our very own, the Reverend Karyn Allen.
Changing hats. All right. Thank you so much, John. You know, he was telling me earlier that he was scheduled to sing at a Swallows Day parade event outdoors. And, you know, the rain kind of prevented him from doing that. And how blessed are we to have him today. So thank you for being here. All right. So today's talk is new, now, what's next? Yeah, exactly. And this whole month we've been focusing on the topic of, well, that's how we've never done it, right? Week 1, it's a brand new baby day. We were invited to seize the day, carpe diem, seize the moment, and to embrace the unlimited possibilities available to us all. And we specifically focused on those people who have experienced some oppression in their lives and how they found inspiring ways to overcome that. And you know, that was a victory for us all because we're all one, right? In week 2, up until now, we acknowledged our past, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And while still allowing the power of forgiveness to disentangle ourselves from the bad and the ugly. We could then shift our focus on what we do want rather than, you know, staying stuck in the old story, dwelling in old patterns. And then in week 3 last week, tell me something good. We were encouraged to release our need to figure anything out and to simply align spirit, allow wisdom to move through us, to guide us. So today, our focus is upon 3 related ideas, and they are, number 1, who are we? And what are we going to do about it? Number 2, moving from survive to thrive. And number 3, chop wood, carry water. Yeah. So who are we and what are we going to do about it? Who are we? In our Declaration of Principles, Ernest Holmes says, we believe in the individualization of the Spirit in us, and that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. We are individualizations of the one Spirit. which means that we, each one of us, are imbued with all of the qualities of God. We are each way more than we even realize. We're bigger than our bodies, which is a John Mayer saying. We are bigger than our thoughts. We are bigger than anything of which we could even conceive. So I'm just going to invite you to just take a brief moment and close your eyes and go within and just ask yourself this question. Who am I? Like, how do you identify yourselves? Perhaps as a parent or a grandparent or a spouse, or maybe your vocation. Who am I? And what have you accomplished? Perhaps you got your degree, you won a race, you have a successful career. And how do you see yourself in the world? Now come back into the room. You are infinitely more than that. What you just thought about yourself is like one grain of sand on a huge beach of who you really are. I know some of us have been in classes and friendship circles, and have you ever had that conversation about the infinitude of God? I know I've been in a couple of them, and anytime we talk about the infinite God, it just blows my mind. It's those moments where my human brain cannot even wrap itself around the concept of God's infinite nature. And I love that phrase. It wrinkles my brain, man. You know, because it really captures us as human beings on this plane never being able to embody God's totality. And we are that. We are individualizations of this one infinite, mind-wrinkling spirit. We are imbued with its nature, and our own potentiality is also mind-wrinkling. So this is who we are. What we're going to do about it, we're going to take it a little deeper. So as we awaken over and over again to this new way of being, to realizing who we are, to continually embodying the truth of our wholeness and our oneness with the one, and as we realize we're much bigger than we know ourselves to be, we will then have more connection with our good. And the more connection we have with our good, the more we move forward in consciousness. And the more we move forward in consciousness, the more evolution we have. And this evolution moves us from a place of getting and having to a place of just being. The wholeness of God, the love of God, the abundance of God is not just available to us. It's actually who and what we are. It's our inherent nature. So as we consciously evolve and deepen our realization about who we are, we need no longer be stuck in the getting and having, but just being what we are. Doesn't that sound much easier? Easier to just be than to get and have. And who we are is being the wholeness, being the love, being the peace, being the joy, being the abundance, being the creativity. Being those God qualities that you wish to experience. And when we are being who and what we are, you know, the outer world gets to benefit from it as well. Because going back to that oneness, your good is my good is your good. There's no separation. And of course, you know, as we embody this truth of ourselves, doesn't mean our lives are going to be perfect. You know, we live in this planet with over 8 billion people, right? And everyone has a different point of view. We're still going to have conflict. We're still going to have errant thinking. But, it's a big but, the more we, the more we are being the peace, the more we are being the love, the more we are being the joy, the more we are connected with our God selves. And the more we are connected with our God selves, the less our outer circumstances dictate our own happiness and well-being. I'm going to say that again. The more connected we are with our God selves, the less our outer situations dictate our own happiness and well-being. And when we consciously accept this divine humanness, and we stand in our own power as individualizations of the one spirit, we can then ask ourselves this beautiful question: what's mine to do? And then listen for the answer and move forward with purpose, with our purpose in this world. So we just talked about who we are, the individualizations of spirit, and what we're going to do about it. We're going to be it. So you have to remember this, because I'm going to give you a quiz at the end. Be ready. So now let's discuss moving from survive to thrive. So over the history of mankind, the survival of the human beings as a species has been not only served by our instincts, but also by our strongly developed ego. And I'm talking about ego with a lowercase e. I only make this distinction because in the glossary of the Science of Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes defines ego with a capital E as such: the I am of the Bible, the Christ, the perfect idea of God. In metaphysical terms, the ego, the capital E, refers to the real consciousness, capital R, capital C, of man. In psychology, it carries a slight variation of interpretation, implying an organization or system of mental states. In this textbook, we frequently use it merely to convey the thought of the inner man, the real self. So the ego that I'm referring to right now is the psychology version. And this ego includes patterns in thinking that are rooted in prejudgment, in fear, and in separation. So historically, humans have been served by the ego, as I said, for the survival of our species. But now we're in a different stage of human conscious evolution. And we've learned that the ego is now a tool. It's simply a tool, and it's not to be confused with our identity. And we've learned that we can choose to be governed by something much bigger than our ego's narrow perspective. So what this looks like for us is to move from survive to thrive. And we do this by choosing, I'm saying choosing, to release our fear and embrace love. Simple. Just release our fear and embrace love. So for us to thrive, we must retrain our tendencies towards separation, which is releasing the fear, and celebrate our oneness, celebrate our connection, and that's embracing love. So in embracing love, this oneness, I'm not just referring to our connection with other human beings, but also our connection with animals, with nature, with the universe. All of this is our connection with God. And John so beautifully sang about the connection with nature and Take Me Home, Country Roads. I know that music is just one of the infinite pathways that initiate this connection with life. As is prayer and meditation, art, dance, poetry, the list goes on. For us to thrive, we must continually bring ourselves back to our relationship with everything around us. Walt Whitman does it so beautifully in his poem, The Voice of Rain. He writes, "And who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower, which, strange to tell, gave me an answer as here translated. I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Eternal I rise, impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea. Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed, altogether changed, yet the same. I descend to lave the droughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe, and all that in them, without me, were seeds only, latent, unborn. And forever by day and night, I give back life to my own origin and make pure and beautify it. For song, issuing from its birthplace, after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns." So as we consciously find more ways to connect with all of life, we then intentionally move from survive to thrive. This will be on the quiz too. So, chop wood, carry water. I'm sure we've all heard the Zen proverb, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. It's telling us that in this divine human form on this planet, as our awareness with oneness deepens, the tasks before us remain the same, but the consciousness we bring to them changes. Our sense of connection with the whole infuses every action and activity with more love. Our groundedness in truth infuses our simplest acts with a light. And this light can be a beacon for all others. As the world commemorates Palm Sunday today, we are reminded of the awareness that the Master Teacher Jesus gave, his awareness and his groundedness. He demonstrated to us not only love, but the letting go of ego, the letting go of the need for approval from others, the letting go of worry and fear, the letting go of the need to be right, and the letting go of the events before him unfolding without interference. He knew what was going to happen, and that he still walked in because he was trusting in his higher good. Jesus was a master teacher for a reason. He walked this earth being love, being peace, being wholeness, being joy, being creativity, being abundance. But he was just the example of who all of us are. And from this newly awakened perspective as individualizations of the one Spirit, we're just wisely guided to our next steps while continuing to chop wood, carry water. So what's next? Well, I know because we're all here in this room, we're already on a spiritual path of growing, learning, and expansion. And maybe for some of us, this may be new. But in truth, you've been on this journey your whole life. You really have. And that's a whole other talk. So others of us may feel as though we've come a long way on our path. You know, I've been in this teaching for over 25 years. And there is infinitely more. There always will be more. Always. I recently was watching someone from the platform, and they mentioned that they had reached the top of their spiritual practices in our teaching and don't know where else to go but out there. And what that means is out there in the world, doing, rather than expanding what's within. And I have to say that I disagree with that. I disagree with the ceiling they put on our teachings. And they went even as so far as to say is that Buddhism was an ineffective tool for peace in the world because there's still wars going on. And I disagree with that as well. I don't believe we are here to decide what's working in the lives of others. My belief is that it's not mine to judge, nor mine to do. Earlier, I asked you to think about who you are, reminding you that you are infinitely more than that. This is because there is never a limit to your growth. There's never a limit to who you are. And while I believe there's absolutely nothing wrong with going out there to do good works in the world and selflessly serving, I know that our focus here in the Science of Mind is to just remember who we are, to remember our truth. And if it's your calling to go out there and be an activist for good on this planet, I think that is awesome. That is what you're called to do. That's probably God's beautiful will for you. But here we teach the Science of Mind to more deeply connect with who we are and then express it in whatever way it is calling to us. And it looks different, again, for each one of us. So I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you, well, actually, our teaching is like, we do not tell you what to think, also what to do. We tell you, or we teach you how to think, and more expansively to question and to remember your truth and oneness. So, are you ready for the quiz? Here it comes. Don't worry, it's going to be easy because I'm going to give you the answers. Okay, number 1. Who are we? Yeah. We are individualizations of the one spirit. Number 2, what are we going to do about it? We're going to be it. Yeah, thrive. We're going to be it. And how are we going to move from strive to thrive? We're going to consciously connect with life itself, however it is, music, poetry, dance, hiking. Okay, you guys got this one. What happens before enlightenment? What happens after enlightenment? There you go. A+. Give yourselves a hand. I'd like to close with this passage from Joel Goldsmith's book, Practicing the Presence. It kind of says it all. There's an old story about a great spiritual teacher who knocked at the gates of heaven for admission into paradise. After some time, God came to the door and inquired, "Who is there? Who knocks?" To this query came the confident response, "It is I." "Sorry, very sorry, there is no room in heaven. Go away. You will have to come back some other time." The good man, surprised at the rebuff, went away, puzzled. After several years spent meditating and pondering over this strange reception, he returned and knocked again at the gate. He was met with the same question and gave a similar response. Once again, he was told there was no room in heaven. It was completely filled at the time. In the years that passed, the teacher went deeper and deeper within himself, meditating and pondering. After a long period of time had elapsed, he knocked at the gates of heaven for the 3rd time. Again, God asked, "Who is there?" This time, his answer was, "Thou art." And the gates opened wide as God said, "Come in." There was never room for me and thee. There is not God and you or I. There is only God expressed, manifested as individual being. There is only one life, the Father's, and we are outside of heaven with no hope of gaining entrance into it as long as we believe we have a selfhood apart from God, a being separate and independent of God. Through the ages, duality has separated us from our good, but it is a sense of duality, not duality, because there is no duality. The secret of life is oneness, and oneness is not something we bring about. Oneness is a state of being. And so it is. And now, please help me welcome back to the platform our band and John Nichols. I didn't get there.
Try this again. Get one end done and the other one comes loose. So here goes. You all put it all back together. It's all good. Get the right key for you. Nice and easy. You can tell your old man you'll do some largemouth fishing another time. Just got too much that's on your plate to bait and cast a line. You can always put a rain check in his hand till you can't. You can keep putting off forever with that girl whose heart you hold, swearing that you'll last someday further down the road. You can always put a diamond on her hand till you can't. You got a chance, take it while you got a chance. You got a dream, chase it. Dreams won't chase you back. You can love somebody long and strong and close as you can till you can't. There's a box of greasy parts sitting in the trunk of that old 65, still waiting on you and your granddad to bring it back to life. You can always get around fixing up that Pontiac till you can't. If you got a chance, take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it. Dreams won't chase you back. You're gonna love somebody, hold on as long, as strong and close as you can till you can. So take that phone call from your mama, just talk away, 'cause you'll never know how bad you want it till it's catch someday. Don't wait on tomorrow, 'cause tomorrow may not show. Say your sorries and I love yous, 'cause you never know. You got a chance, take it while you got a chance. You got a dream, chase it. Dreams won't chase you back. You're gonna love somebody, hold on long, strong and as close as you can till you can. If you got a dream, chance, take it while you got the chance. If you got a dream, chase it. Dreams won't chase you back. You're gonna love somebody, hold them long, as strong as close as you can till you can. Till you can. Yeah, take it.
John Nichols, give him another hand. Thank you so much. Until you can't. Yes, I love that song. That's a very good song. Let's give a big thank you to our band. We love you. Lou, David, Ed, and John Henry. Wonderful. And to our fabulous songbirds, thank you so much for lifting us up. Always such a delight. It is time for our conscious committed giving now. If the stewards would please come forward. If this is your day to give, bless you. If this is your day to bless, bless you. We have a blessing card for you in the back of the seat, and it says, in deep gratitude for all my blessings, I place this card in the basket. I ask that these offerings be blessed, appreciated, and multiplied. It is my honor to give my blessing in this way. Thank you, God, universe, spirit. So let us say our affirmation together. My offering is my acceptance of God as the source of my supply, and it symbolizes my faith in the abundant flow of this supply.
Sing with us on this song. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen.
So knowing that the giver and the receiver are one and the same, I bless these gifts, knowing that they go out to do good works in the world. And so it is.
Thank you so much. My name is Reverend Alice Reed, and I'm the senior minister here. And I know that there are a couple of folks that are here for the first time, and I would love for you to raise your hand, not because we want to embarrass you, but because we really want to welcome you. We have a gift for you. And so if you'll raise your hand, somebody will be coming around with a bag for you, and in that bag is a coupon. And we'd love for you to take that coupon into the bookstore, and we have a gift for you there after the service. So thank you so much for being our guest today. You are most welcome. I want to take a moment and recognize all our volunteers. It takes a village to bring you this community. I have to say that so many of you are volunteers that I can't even look around and see someone who isn't part of this beautiful community and giving service this week. So let's give all our volunteers a hand. Thank you. And finally, I want to let you know that we have practitioners available to you after the service. One of the things that we do, you heard it when our practitioner Tony Sparks did the invocation, one of the things that we do is this thing called affirmative prayer. And in affirmative prayer, what we do is we actually move energy, and we help you to remember, just like Reverend Karyn talked about, to remember who you are, to remember that whatever bump in the road or wherever you find yourself in life, that you can remember that you are bigger than that there is a force for love that wants to express itself in your life. And so after the service, we will have 3 practitioners available to you, 2 over here in the back of the room and 1 in the tranquility room. And they'll be there to offer you the gift of prayer. So I hope that you take advantage of it. It really does change lives. And so with that, I'd love for our band to do the drum roll, please, because it is time for our invitations.
Thank you for that rousing applause. Children, because it's a nice day for it. Oh, I'm sorry, that was last week. Conscious Connection will resume meeting today after the service. Adult Sunday School also meets today at 12:30 p.m., but will not meet next week on Easter Sunday. Dr. Christian Steele's meditation class meets every Wednesday in the multipurpose classroom at 6:30 p.m. This is the last week to register for the Power of Decision class, which begins this Wednesday, March 27th. Now, the 2 required books for this class are available in the bookstore, and you can pick them up today. Online registration is also available for the Enneagram Experience. It's a workshop with Melissa and Z on Saturday, April 20th, from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The fee for this workshop is only $49, and we will provide a lunch for a $5 donation, or you can bring your own lunch. We now have 3 volunteers to provide childcare on Sundays, and we would love to have a 4th. So, if this is the kind of service that you would like to provide, please contact Dr. Alice or Mary Brogdon if you are interested. As you know, we offer several opportunities throughout the week to connect with like-minded people for mutual learning and fellowship. We've got book study on Wednesday morning at 9 to 10:30 via Zoom, shifting sands in person or on Zoom on Thursday mornings at 10:30, Coming Home Awakening to Spirit on Friday mornings at 8 a.m. on Zoom. Details about these and other activities at our center are available in this beautiful brochure and in the extremely creative and informational pop-up video on the website at cslcv.org. And now please stand and sing your hearts out. Okay, don't.
We're going to sing I Release. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Again, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. One more time. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me today.
Something wonderful is happening as me today.
It's happening through my mind.
It's happening through my mind.
It's happening through my body.
It's happening through my body.
It's happening through all my affairs.
It's happening through all my affairs.
I know this.
I know this.
I accept this.
I accept it.
I give thanks for this.
I give thanks for this.
And so it is.
And so it is.